Let's talk about the stupidity of this offender and how he always gave me leverage and just did things that made it really obvious it was him. So if he didn't get me banned off of dating platforms back in 2019, I wouldn't have known it was him. If he didn't flood my Facebook and my Instagram with fake accounts, I wouldn't have known it was him. And yes, I know people get messages all the time, but after I blocked him, like I mentioned, the mass amounts of accounts that messaged me was just crazy obvious. If he didn't continue to keep stalking me throughout the last 6 years, through fake accounts and multiple ones, trying to talk to me personally and making it personal, I would have never known it was him. If he didn't stalk, hack, or create accounts of almost 300 of my friends and family, if not more, that's only known. If he didn't specifically target those people and message me and only talk to me and try and isolate me, but pretty much just if he didn't go after those people in general and impersonate them, I would have never known it was him. Because it wasn't working through fake accounts, so obviously he thought, I guess the only way to talk to her is to pretend to be her friends and family. Also, if he didn't hack my really smart friend, it wouldn't have made me dig into things and find out who else is hacked around me, because she's not an easy friend to hack. She's not a stupid person, so if he kept hacking stupid people and hacked a stupid friend, which I don't really have a whole lot of, I would have never known it was him. If he didn't specifically ask for my address from my friend's account, who would never ask that, and then once I outed out and said his name in the account, and then got blocked, I would have never known it was him. If he didn't hide my friend's death from me, I wouldn't have found out the amount of people. Actually, I would have never thought about how many more other people there was hacked around me, because there's no way our mutual friends would have just not told me about his passing. If he didn't hide my posts and comments on those local Facebook group pages, I would have never found out he was the admin. If he didn't decline my posts that had to do with this situation on the Saskatoon Reddit, I also wouldn't have known it was him behind the mods. If he wasn't a moron and didn't copy my friend's profile on Facebook when we were trying to figure out about the Facebook group thing, I would have never thought to post the URL in my cover photo and tell people to match it to my profile and to the video that I state verbally. So thank you. If he just kept pretending to be a kid on the Xbox and kept messaging my son, I would have never had any confirmation that that was him behind it. Because like I said, there was a good 4 or 5 years of where I demanded many times for them to not be friends and not to play on the Xbox, and this creep would make a new account and re-add my son, no matter what. And then as soon as I message one of his fake accounts and I let the cat out of the bag that I know it's him behind the Xbox, he never ever messaged my son again. So that was my confirmation to know that that was him. Which I do have the text message saved of him telling my son to pretty much go kill himself. And yeah, they can strip digital footprints. It doesn't matter if you delete accounts or you deactivate it. Digital footprints never go away. If he wasn't so obvious and completely acted out of character while pretending to be my friend on the Snapchat, I would have never figured out about the accounts in the middle and him transferring voice clips and messages and pictures between us, but we're actually not truly connected. I would have never figured that out. And the fact that she would never FaceTime me. She's always FaceTime people, and the fact that she wouldn't do that, especially in a situation like this that actually calls for an emergency, it has to do with safety and people's lives. I know very well that my friend would have called me, just like everybody else who has called me and FaceTime me and gave me clarity. Like, this guy really thinks that when I talk to people and they act a certain way, I think he's hoping that I'm just gonna feel a certain type of way and just delete them and never talk to them again, and then never ever talk and never find out about this. No, I'm making sure I contact everybody, and it doesn't matter how long it takes me. They will find out at some point. So like him gaslighting me through accounts and trying to act mean and trying to act like he doesn't care, because that's what he does between friends' accounts. Not only that, he also does it because I don't think he can stand the way that I talk about him to my friends and the things that I have to say. Like I said, he can never confront me through one of his accounts, ever. Literally all that work down the drain for me to find out about it. And then now a new one, I have to, break down whether or not I'm truly FaceTiming people through their actual devices and accounts. Like our actual accounts are connected to each other. And this guy isn't in the middle combining devices and listening in on our FaceTimes. So if he didn't completely just ghost me and act weird between a couple certain accounts within the last few days, I would have never kept thinking about it. That alone, being ignored from those certain accounts because he knows I will find out and they will find out, so he completely just is trying to dodge me. That's giving me confirmation that I'm right about what I'm finding out. That I'm right about what I'm talking about. And if I was wrong, he wouldn't be trying so hard to suppress me, like on this app, on Facebook, on TikTok, on everywhere. I'm pretty sure he uses AI, he uses bots, he uses multiple accounts. I know very well that, if there's any mass reporting or anything funny on my accounts, if I do, build more or whatever, I am going to be inquiring with TikTok to make sure to watch that. Because, even though if he's using different accounts and different VPNs, they're all within the same vicinity. And that's what I told a lot of people that are on this app, the ones that are getting knocked off, lives and whatnot, and just all the funny things that are happening to them, just spam bots in the lives. Like, if he really wanted to, he could generate a code to my account and just have bots, go, and I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing, and he's trying to make it look like it's subtle enough where it doesn't look like it's him, but I know it's him, and I'm not a fucking moron. I know way too much. I don't know if he's really that delusional and he sits there just keeping his own little mind in denial and why he keeps doing this. Like, as soon as I announced about the audio and I said, I'm not talking to people through audio, through phone call, it has to be live picture, like on TikTok, right? Or FaceTime. I knew he was going to go around and try and do something and try and dupe something in order to, make me think that I'm in true contact with some of the people that I'm in contact with. Because I know most people, he's pretending to be me from accounts, and that's why I have to make those identity videos and really strip it down and emphasize it to people. Because he's talking to me through certain accounts and has tried to, and they're accounts of actual people with their photos and everything. They're probably their old accounts that he's taken over. He has connections to them, to their new accounts that I can't see. Most likely I'm blocked. He probably told them to. Anytime he receives a voice note, a photo, or anything, he sends it off to those accounts. So, until the meantime, until I figure out what's going on, none of that stuff is going to be going on. Thank God there's not a lot of transfers between a lot of people online anyways, because the people I do need to see, I see them in person, and there's other ways this guy doesn't know of who I'm talking to. And that's why I don't post who I've talked to and who I don't talk to, because the people that he doesn't know, it just gives him more leverage to go and manipulate them more. And like I said, when I do run into them in person, I will bring this up. I will show my phone and my accounts and whatnot. You can't, what's he gonna, he can't physically be there, and like I said, this can only go on for so long on his end. And they're all people I'm not even really close with. Like, some of them are family members and whatnot, but as far as I know, between my parents and I, a lot of people really aren't online. They're doing their own thing. He made me think that a lot of my friends and family were online by posting old photos and engaging and whatnot, and a lot of my family and friends aren't online at all, because he made profiles of theirs, or they're just online but they don't do anything. A lot of them are busy. A lot of people aren't online. So it's mainly just random people and acquaintances that this needs to go out to, and that's about it. But like I said, this guy just gives me leverage. He pretty much lays out everything, and like I said, he's a predatory stalker, so there's no way he wants me to know about this. So I really wonder what he's thinking when I figure out everything and him scrambling trying to figure out something else. Fucking stupid. stupid.